Republic, WOOJIN.
WOOJIN getting ready and tucked in here. Jacket off and all mentally prepared. He jogs in slowly. This is one of the most flexible players in the game, one of the most understated, strong, world-class players.
China, WANG CHUQIN.
From silhouette to in the flesh, Lionheart has entered the arena. This is his jungle. He's the top seed left in this event. The last Chinese man standing, one of 4 players in the semifinals, and the only Chinese flag is left in the hands of that man, Hope. WANG CHUQIN and WOOJIN will battle a best-of-7 encounter here. First player to win 4 games to 11 must win by 2, will win the match in their WTT head-to-head. A new headband back on the final day of action. We saw him yesterday without his Hope on. Simply the yellow headband with no words. Wang Hao in the corner for WANG CHUQIN. Wang Hao's been alongside many a champion. Personal coach for Fan Zhendong. Hope all is well in Germany and around the world. As the handshakes come out, the stadium is filled here for the final day of action. It is coin toss time.
Blue and white. White for Jan and blue for Wang. White, receive your service.
Looks there and a positive head nod from Wang Hao, who awaits. Best of 7. A marathon, not a sprint. Again,
First game, 1 to serve, love all.
Arguably the most agile player I've seen in the game, WOOJIN. One of the fastest, most aggressive, determined players there is.
Love all.
WANG CHUQIN. We'll start it off with the serves. Love all.
Love 1.
Soft hands in the touch game, and it's WOOJIN with the opening backhand for the point. Little fortune here for WOOJIN. Again, soft hands, very loose grip there as he gently touches that ball right off the bounce. So far, 0% serve success, but small sample pool, very early.
Let to love.
First point on the scoreboard, serve success on both sides, 0% at the moment. WOOJIN cleans the racket on both sides, so the rubbers have full traction.
1-3.
First point by server, WOOJIN looking for an early lead. You saw their WTT head-to-head history. 1-0 for WANG CHUQIN. I'll get you a zoomed-in, more detailed look at that in a moment. Perfect placement, slow spinning into the middle, and the ball doesn't come up below the waist. WANG CHUQIN left with the ball. Very shallow, that bounce. You can see how much closer to the net it was than the baseline. Just something clever to change up the timing.
5-1.
And at the first towel break, a solid start. WANG CHUQIN seemed undefeatable for quite some time, had a dominant record against the greatest of all time, Ma Long. Second half of 2024. A handful of players found ways to get through. Two of whom are from Sweden, Anton Kjellberg. First player WOOJIN beat in his appearance here, this Champions event. Oh, down the line, quick escape here. WANG CHUQIN, very forward motion. He's solid inside the table. Moves quickly, shuffles the feet, gets the elbow up, and snaps the wrist for that backhand receive. taking a bit more initiative here. Wang CHUQIN able to find some answers earlier, closer to the table. Pendulum serve gets a push on the receive, so the third ball is just a question of executing inside the table. And a quick counter with the backhand. The confidence is back, and so is the scoreboard. Wang CHUQIN with 4 in a row out of the towel break. That's what a half-long serve is all about. Cause a little bit of hesitation. You can see the double pump there for a moment. Jang WOOJIN looking to see what he could do from that baseline. Solid serve. The server is coming in now. Oh, beautiful shot on the opening from Wang CHUQIN, and Jang WOOJIN skates over that forehand, slides, glides, and sends it right back. Popped up touch shot. Short stroke. Just a quick snap there at the elbow from Jang WOOJIN to get that forehand rotation that he needs. Full commitment on the step around. He turns the corner. Left-handed players love to do this. As does Jang WOOJIN. This is something they have in common. Inside the table, they'll both use the backhand where they can in the short game because of the amount of wrist you can get to generate spin to make sure your shot's going to come down. Shallow again. The shallow, slow spin has been very effective here. Jang WOOJIN, if you were to guess the odds, you saw the fan vote. Just thinking, game number 1, that much more important for Jang WOOJIN. Break off the net, but it took a lot of core strength here to get the upper body out of the way. The placement was good. Jang WOOJIN sending it right back to the backhand corner. Watch this. That one. And a seatbelt shot as Wang CHUQIN comes across the chest. Acknowledges his fortune off the net. Oh, man, was this one slide. Just inside the baseline. Steals the opportunity. That's not an easy ball. Could have come down for a second bounce. Took his chances there. That could have torn his rubber, or worse. Full commitment on the forehand, and he's in front. From down 6-8 to up 9-8. Wang CHUQIN, the touch game 2 times. Second one, third. And now he gets the long push. He can extend that stroke, the elbow far from the body for that extra racket speed. 4 straight points as Wang CHUQIN has 2 game points here at the third towel break. As we've whittled it down to only 4 players, much of the table tennis world is very well aware of who is on the other side of the draw. Anders Lind and Ugo Calderano, the only 2 men left standing outside of this match. But it's Jang WOOJIN now with the serve. And he tries to keep it shallow, succeeds twice, but Wang CHUQIN turning up the pressure just enough. 11-8, he takes the last 5 points available in game number 1 to lay down the law and start off 1-0 in this best of 7. They will adapt, they will evolve in this ever-growing, challenging puzzle that is this table tennis semifinal for the men's singles event. China's Wang CHUQIN, the world number 2, leads 1-0, and the fight continues with Korea's Jang WOOJIN. So they've only had 1 WTT encounter. Wang CHUQIN won it. They've had 9 overall, 2 of which Jang WOOJIN has won.
Let's love all.
So 7-2, Wang CHUQIN the favorite by many standards and metrics here.
1 love.
That said, 1 out of the last 3, Jang WOOJIN won. The World Table Tennis Championships, Busan, the finals. what they called it. It was a semifinal, though, in the men's team events. Jang WOOJIN won 3-1. But the last time Jang WOOJIN won a best of 7 was 2018. Good backhand as he sneaks around again inside the table. The backhand is often the preferred shot. The ball comes up high enough to the forehand side. They'll get up on their tippy toes up in the air if they need to try and flat hit from behind. Part as much topspin as they need, as little as they have to. For example, short to the forehand, and he swats this one. Team looking on, including the world number 1 Lin Shidong there, Wang Yojung, Xue Fei, Yo Guangkai, many others. But the women are playing, the women's team watches on as well. The team spirit is unrivaled in terms of the Chinese national team. Nice open wrist as he goes to the wide forehand. WANG CHUQIN keeping it unpredictable. And the earlier he takes it, the wider the angle can be, the closer to the net the ball is. Soft hands, full stroke. Man, the hip flexors, it just takes so much agility and mobility to be able to guard, not telegraph where you're going to go. The last 2 times they played, WANG CHUQIN won 3-1 and 4-1. So, tying it up at 1 game apiece would do wonders for Jang WOOJIN. Ooh, surprise, surprise. This is very good deception. Looked like he was coming into attack, so WANG CHUQIN good inside the table. Cleaning up like a custodian inside the table with that forehand. 1 sweep. Full stroke. The balance, the free hand comes up first. Page out of the same book, the autobiography. That's right, WANG CHUQIN writes his own story. So remember, Jang WOOJIN was up 8-6 last game, and it wasn't enough. Hangs in there for the big shots. 2-point lead at the second towel break. I don't know if you were thinking the same thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of you were. The blowing on the ball, how relaxed and cool WANG CHUQIN is. You'll see the same on both sides. Players as focused as can be, not wasting energy. Channeling it for the right moments and very forward here. WANG CHUQIN finds the opportunity for the parallel pressure. Open spin, soft block, and before it even comes to its peak, maybe just about that, WANG CHUQIN's already swatting it back. Ooh! The sound of this from that reverse pendulum, it felt like it would have been going long to the forehand, which is where WANG CHUQIN started to go. But it's the backhand side of the table. Clever, clever. Pressure inside, just hopping around, keeping that blood flowing. This was the stopping point for Jang WOOJIN. Any point he can get at this point will be an improvement on last game. Obviously, the next point, the best point to win. Next, as in ASAP, the first point you can. Leveled out here, WANG CHUQIN from down 2 at the towel break. Comes right back in. Deep to the middle, and he drives it down the middle into the body. Gets Jang WOOJIN turning sideways here. The placement, the awareness, not just to receive that ball, but to play it back in the perfect spot. On balance. The ball came right back to an off-balance WANG CHUQIN, who just produced a winner. Leaning Lionheart, check this one out. A little fortune off the net. Heavy spin. Short seatbelt shot from the backhand corner, and that's the finisher. 2 game points for the top seed left in the men's singles event. Slow spin and another seatbelt. The umpire dodges it. Wang Chuqin takes it home. A 2-0 lead as the world number 2 cleans the racket, cleans the scoreboard. And everybody watches on Chen Yuan Yu Shangpeng, a few that weren't mentioned before. Soft spin. Another heavy spin shot. Jeez. Back for game number 3, Wang Chuqin calmly keeping that hand cool, in control with the serves. Forehand flick again, recognizes so quickly. Again, if you ever need a designated driver, get a competitive table tennis player. The reaction time, spatial awareness, so good.
1-0.
Of course, you're looking at one of the 2 best in the world right now. We saw him give a nice slap to his hip the other day after being up 7-0, missing a point.
Let 1-0.
But a lighter tap to the head this time around.
1-2.
Now when you're in Zhang Woojin's position, when you are in his position, it's rare to have a good opportunity. You could argue that this is a decent one.
2-0.
Subtlety on the serve, a lot you can do with that pendulum serve. One of the first serves anybody learns when they get a coach, when they get into the game. And even the greatest of all time use that serve more than any other.
3-2.
This just makes you think, again, what do you do if you're in Zhang Woojin's situation? Anders Lind took crazy risks and made an insanely high percentage of his shots. That's how he beat world number 1. When he beat this former world number 1, Wang Chuqin, who might be on his way back to that position if things continue, he did it with rhythm break. Zhang Woojin won his fair share of points with shallow topspin shots in this match. But a long serve to the backhand attempted. His pendulum serve is very deceptive, Zhang Woojin. If he's able to move it around, vary the lengths and the placement a little bit, wouldn't be surprised if he got some points and good third balls.
5-3.
But a good bottle challenge, well disguised here, and he hits it behind the momentum of Wang Chuqin, getting a slightly popped up receive. Bottle challenge right back. Sends Zhang Woojin to the backhand corner as the parallel awaits on the other side. Tough to tell where he's going to go. 12 of the last 16 points for Wang Chuqin. Oh, chop block.
4-6.
Don't see that too often here. A player who's got a whole lot of speed in his drives. Bit of a last resort for most players. Adriana Diaz, Truls Morgaard, not the same.
4-7.
Clever idea to leave it short to the forehand. Takes a lot of work to get 1 point. Every time the ball comes back to Zhang Woojin, I'm thinking to myself, what do you do now? Okay, you're in the blocking game, punch, a little bit more, keep it deep. Man, the replays, block is definitely an understatement. It's a very active block, if anything. The racket's high. He's adding pressure with short stroke backhands over and over. That good punch on the line. Man, it's a lot of work for 1 point. But a long push with Wang Chuqin behind the table and ready is going to be a tough way to do it. Almost every way is a tough way. Wang Chuqin comes to the table incredibly well prepared. Yoon Jae-young, the coach for Zhang Woojin, with a lot to do.
5-9.
He's 2 points away from a 3-0 lead, Wang Chuqin. placement on the serve. The finger breaker right near that baseline.
Oh!
As fast as can be.
9-7.
Have you ever heard Wang CHUQIN say that? It may or may not be fair to repeat if you ask Lee Sun, but I've learned not to do that. In short, wow. We've seen 8 before. And a timeout now on Wang CHUQIN's side. Danger coming. This is a crucial game in this. Jang WOOJIN's able to take it. The pressure changes drastically. So as you saw the results here, a little reminder, champions Frankfurt coming up in not too long, but we're looking at a 2-time champion here in Macau. Took the first 2 in Wang CHUQIN, but last year was deprived at this very stage. The semifinals was where he was eliminated. Closes the door to set up 2 game points. The look of Jang WOOJIN very subtly speaking a harsh truth that Wang CHUQIN is incredibly difficult to get through. An inside-out forehand after all that exchange. And that is how it goes. A leg sweep, a turn of the corner, and an untouched shot. The timeout has been cashed in. He is 1 game away from outdoing his last year's performance here in the Champions Macau. A man who's taken the title 2 out of 3. Zhu Ling and Hugo Calderano have plenty in common. For example, they're both human, they're both professional table tennis players. The list goes on and on. But that was surprising. They're also both top 10 in the world in their respective draws. So socks pulled up, Jang WOOJIN with a long journey if he's going to come back. Quite an exchange here from the side. This looked like a duel, something out of a Bugs Bunny cartoon where they fill a glove with socks and just take turns slapping each other in the face. Both leaning to cover the middle, trying to assert dominance with the forehand.
1-0.
Inside the table, he owns it. His reaction time and his confidence when he's committed. And it all helps having a wonderful serve to earn yourself a 3rd ball attack. Much better on this receive. Jang WOOJIN is able to cause hesitation on Wang CHUQIN's 3rd ball. A little bit of backpedaling there in the decision-making process, cost him time, and opened up an opportunity for WOOJIN.
Let's 2-0.
Front in the early parts here. By the way, in case you were curious, who beat Wang CHUQIN in the semis last year was SHATOU.
2-4.
First towel break, Jang WOOJIN fighting as if it were his last opportunity. He's in a must-win situation for every game for the rest of this match. Slow spin here. Wang CHUQIN with the backhand. And a timeout on Jang WOOJIN's side. of encouragement, words of wisdom, reminding Jang WOOJIN not to worry when certain occasions arise, how to respond, different aggression comes in, how to shut down big attacks. It stands for double happiness, by the way, in case you were curious, DHS. 3 serving for WANG CHUQIN. Look familiar?
5-3.
Big point, that fist in the air. Again, it feels like a battle every single point. The celebrations, these little mini victories, he's gonna have to have at least 11 of them to win this game.
6-3.
2 out of the timeout. So far, so good for Jang WOOJIN, exhaling stress. WANG CHUQIN on the receive. Full commitment again, the step around. Only looks back as a spectator for the briefest of moments. Would have been very tough to come back and retrieve that, but the quality was enough. A few points in a row out of his timeout. And then WANG CHUQIN turns it right back on. It's amazing how much power he gets with what doesn't appear to be too much going on below the waist. Subtle power when he's got that wide stance. And again, many of those shots, it was very clear that a lot was going on with the legs, but sometimes he didn't have time. It was just a slight tightening of the muscle, the power forward. Reaction time so crucial. You don't always have time for a backswing in table tennis. Not much of one anyways. Smacked down the middle, the serve sets it up well. That pendulum serve, not a bad receive. You could see right there, it wasn't much higher than the net. That was quite an escape. WANG CHUQIN on the parallel, turning up the heat. Jang WOOJIN covers the middle there with the forehand, constantly guessing. He's as middle as can be, racket straight in front of it, like it disappears. Very familiar scoreline here. Almost every game we've seen something similar here. Jang WOOJIN has had the lead coming into this moment of the game, but this could be the business end of the match. Solid forehand, and it's the serve that sets up the third ball. WANG CHUQIN, 50 Shades of Grey is all tied up here in game number 4. Just a free hand comes out, no racket touched. Wait a minute, Jang WOOJIN just scored his 9th point in an individual game. Does this mean that anything is possible? But the slow spin was so difficult to calibrate. WANG CHUQIN timing that perfectly. Most would not have. It felt like he was waiting for an eternity against this ball. And he takes it from just about net height to drive it to the short side of the table for a winner. Serve success here. WANG CHUQIN just shy of 60. More than 10% better, 12.1% better than Jang WOOJIN. That said, the receive game here against the statistics. Jang WOOJIN, he hit 9, now he's got game point. It's going to be a fine balance of bravery and intelligent decision making here. Takes his chances. He's definitely brave, but a well-changed serve. WANG CHUQIN low, tight, and what appeared to be heavy backspin on that pendulum serve. Here we are at deuce. Alternating serves until one player has a 2-point lead. And it's WANG CHUQIN with match point.
11-10.
Saved game point. Soft hands. Again, a flash of light, that backhand, the loose wrist, the loose grip, and one more point to take it. He's through. He has outdone his performance last year. A 2-time champion here at the Champions Macau will be fighting for his 3rd title. Last year was eliminated in the semis, and now he's waiting for the winner of Anders Lind and Hugo Calderano, a semifinal that much of the world has been waiting for. But the last Chinese man standing stands tall.